This is our team on the women only account, where we have completed the first couple of weeks of Team of the Season, but it was time to continue on the account to complete the whole Team of the Season promo, with these remaining leagues still to go. We will also have a secret rare women's player who is the only woman in the whole game to have 99 shooting. So let's get back into the account and see if we can complete FC 25 with only ever using women players. Returning back to the account, we do have nearly a full Team of the Season squad, with 95 rated Letitia being our highest rated player. But we were now into the Bundesliga, and more importantly, the Frauen Bundesliga Team of the Season, where there were some insane players like Harder, Freegang and Huth, who would all be great additions to our team. The first thing we would do back on the account was to complete the first SBC stage of Appender, as for just an 84 rated squad we were able to get a 94 rated player in Gulashi, who we can't use on the account, but he is some high rated fodder for the club. This was followed up with us completing an 83 by 14, and once the pack opened it appeared to be a regular gold walkout in Gundogan. However, it would turn out at the back of the pack there was a Team of the Season highlights in 94 rated Anderson Talisca. We would then complete the 783 plus Bundesliga and GP FBL pack to try and get some new Team of the Seasons for the club. And from the pack, we would not get any specials. We didn't even get a walkout, as Brandt was our best player. We would then go into our first game mode, and this was squad battles, as rewards were right around the corner, so we squeezed in some games before this, and we got to use Fowler's red version instead of her Team of the Season. With these games, we had gotten ourselves up to Gold 3, and this gave us a 1 of 3 Premier League / Women's Super League or EFL player, 3,000 coins, a mega pack, and finally a 75 by 5. And from the pick, we would get a usable Team of the Season in Arsenal's McCabe, who has 94 defending and physical. We didn't really get much from the packs, but the mega packs discard for around 10k, and we did get an Anchor Chem style. In the season pass, we were now up to level 24. So this gave us an 84 by 5 pack, but the more important tier was the previous one, as this gave us the pinged pass playstyle, where we could improve one of our players to have 4 playstyle pluses, and from the pack we would get a single walkout in Gabrielle. Then we completed the daily player picks to get more players in the club, and with the 2 of 3 picks we were getting 6 players back from these 3 picks, and we got our first women Team of the Season of this week in Bayer Leverkusen's Kogel. From one of the daily grind packs we would also get a new Team of the Season highlights, but this was a player from the DR Congo in Banza. We would then have the rest of the upgrade packs, and in the 83 by 14 we would get another Team of the Season, as the first player was Lewandowski, but this would turn out to be a duplicate Kogel. After this, we would go into the SBC section of the account, and now for most upgrades, you could use a Team of the Season instead of a Team of the Week. So we picked up Van Drongelen and the triple stack of Damsgaard, Wisser and Embuemo, as this was around 60k's worth of fodder for 4 90 plus Team of the Season players that we could use in SBCs. In the Objectives tab, we had completed 50% of the Team of the Season crafting, and this gave us an 85 by 3, and from this pack we would get a double walkout in Bethmead and Oblak. And from a player pick we got Team of the Season highlights Widerer, who has 93 pace and Quick Step Plus. Hopping into Rush, there was a new available player for the Team of the Season Bundesliga Flash Rush in Christensen, and all we needed to do was win 3 games, play 5 and get 30,000 rush points. From the games we had played, we were partway through, so we got ourselves a couple packs, but in the season pass we were now level 25. So we had a new usable player in Thompson, with her 3 great playstyle pluses, 97 pace and 93 passing and dribbling. And from one of the packs, we would get a new Team of the Season for the team, and the walkout player was Real Madrid's new man in Trent, but the follow-up player was Marta Cazalla, who as a centre-back has 91 pace, 3 defensive playstyles and 95 defending. Baltimore would also be sold from our team, and we actually made a few thousand coins profit. For this account, we're going to set ourselves 3 main objectives to complete, and they would be complete the Season 7 weekly play, giving us a 93 by 5 Team of the Season player pack, 2, reach Division 3 in Rivals, and finally, to get at least 10 wins in Weekend League. Now it was time for us to craft one of the best players in the current SBC section, and this was a very expensive player as she cost around 350,000 coins, but she is built different in FC, and her Fantasy FC card last year was one of the best holding mids in the game. She was basically the female Kante, and this is Bayern Munich's Georgia Stanway, who is in 9 Golan gang and only looks like she has 94 defending, but if you were to look into the in-game stats, she actually has 97 and 98 in all stats apart from heading accuracy. But she is only 5'4", but this is not very important for her. She has anticipate, incisive pass and long ball pass, and as she was 94 rated, she was available to have some of the season pass evolutions. From one of her packs, we actually got a walkout in Brazil's Debinha, which was some more coins for the club. We would then use the ping pass playstyle evolution for Stanway, so she will now have 3 of the passing playstyle pluses. We also got rewarded an 85/2 in the season pass, and this would lead to us getting another team of the season on this account, and this would be another DR Congo player in Besiktas's Masuaku. We popped back into Rush to continue the Rush objective, and this also meant we could complete Stanway's pink pass evolution. With that, we had completed the Rush objective and got ourselves Christensen, who was purely fodder on this account, and we had also completed week 3 of the season weekly play, which gave us a guaranteed Bundesliga or GPFBL team of the season player. Then our pack luck would go on a bit of a run, as we seemed to keep getting team of the season players. Starting off with another Kogel, followed up with Kleindienst, and for our guaranteed player, it would sadly be a player from the Bundesliga, so we could not use him, and this was Mainz's goalkeeper, Zentner. It was now time for our champs games for the Bundesliga. So we'd make a massive purchase on the account, and this would be 96 rated Huth, who was around 100,000 coins. And also Bayern's Simon for just less than 27,000 coins. She has 4 playstyle pluses and helps with Chem with Stanway and Huth. So this was the team we were going to use for the champs games. And for the first team that we would face, they had Czechbot in goal and a PSG red duo in Pacho and Marquinhos, where we would get unlucky and the ball felt like it was in a pinball machine and bounced nicely to our opponent and they got the goal. But we would get back into the game thanks to some nice pass and play from the team, which Terlen would pivot and get off the shot and score the goal. Our new signing in Huth would also get her debut goal for the club, with a nice pace boost to break the defence. And finally, Bussy laid the ball to Terland, who dribbled into the box and hit the finesse for the win. We would continue on playing, where Huth was showing her value and how much of a great player she was for the team, as she has incredible stats, as well as having technical, tiki-taka and ping pass playstyles, so she was great for build-up play. For one of the games, our opponent kept moving their keeper, so Tolis Joyce would step up and try to bend it in like Beckham, but instead she would smack it off Laetitia and this ricocheted shot would go in. We would then lose one of the games due to a nice give and go from our opponent using Wilson, and this left us 3-1. And from the daily play packs, we got ourselves a few more players for the club, and one of these packs gave us a double walkout in Martinez and Hedgeberg. Our team of the season luck would continue in the 2 or 3 85 plus player picks, with us getting a 95 rated team of the season in Schick, who was only around 30,000 coins on the market, and team of the season highlights Amora. With all the team of the seasons in the club, we decided to complete the team of the season trade-in, which requires 4 team of the seasons for a 1 of 3 pick. But this gives us a chance to pull previous week's best players, like Renard or Shaw, but we would end up getting 2 duplicates and Tillman. So we went with Fowler, as she was the highest rated player available, so this was an L, and a waste of 3 team of the season players in the club. With that bombshell, we would return back to champs, and we were only aiming for 6 wins this week, as we were only really interested in the red picks, and Tulis Joyce was having difficulties in goal, even though she was solid in the previous weeks. But the star of this weekend league was definitely Huth, and for her price she was definitely a steal, as she was able to dominate the midfield, and for our 6th win she would lay the ball back to Thiney for the open goal finesse. With that, we would go on to giving away the rest of the games, and this gave us rank 8, which would give us a 1 of 4 84 plus pick, 2 red picks, 25k, an untradeable 81/20, and a tradable 83/10. From the pick, we would get Patri Guijarro, and for our first red, we would get Svanberg, Gedson Fernandez, and Orban. So we went with Orban as he was the highest rated. For the second pick, it was a choice between Gedson again, Yavru, and a usable player in Pranzikar. From the 81/20, we did get a team of the season, but again, it was another duplicate player in Zentner. And the tradable pack did give us a walkout, but this was not a team of the season, and it was Man City's Ord and Katoto. With the rewards, we would go on to sell the MVP of this weekend league in Hoof and Foot Fantasy Done, and this was due to how close we were to 500k for the season pass on this account. EA also gave us a draft token, which I would completely forget about. Now it's time for us to turn our attention to the friendlies mode, with the Team of the Season Bundesliga League, which was a game-sensitive mode where we'd only get 25 games to get 18 wins, to get the exclusive Team of the Season honourable mentions Simmons. But for this account, we were more interested in 12 wins, as this will give us Team of the Season honourable mentions for Dalla, who has 96 pace with 93 shooting and dribbling and has the rapid and low driven playstyle pluses. Also, as she is 91 rated, she is quite low for a Team of the Season, which is great for the friendlies modes, and also meant she would likely be available for evolutions. As it would turn out, this game mode would be even more sweaty than Weekend League, and one problem for this team is if we face off against big opposition, like Marteta, as they just tower over our defenders. And Tulis Joyce was struggling again, and for one of the games, it was just against us as we could not clear the ball and conceded in the last kick of the game. But thankfully, Gomez would score the low-driven goal for us, but we had started this off on a 1-2 record, so we may even miss out on Fadala. We completed the 5th day of the Daily Play Completionist, and this would lead to us getting a walkout from the Women's Super League, and this was an English right wing from Arsenal in Kelly. The following pack would also be an English right wing from Arsenal, but this time it was Beth Mead. Then in the objective tab, there was a new objective for the Europa League final, and for just wearing a kit for a few games, we could get ourselves a few more packs with a 50k pack as the main reward. We were now at level 28 in the season pass, and the reward was a 1 of 4 86 plus pick, which gave us Team of the Season highlights, Kramer, as she is a low-rated Team of the Season that we could use in the Bundesliga Cup. But it was time to change our friendlies team, and this was by selling Bussy, who'd been great for us, but she sold for 18,500 coins, and Letitia for 42,500 coins. We would pick up the best women's defender in the game in Renard, but as there was a max of an 87 rated squad for the friendlies game mode, we picked up her Centurions version for 18,750 coins. But this version still has Anticipate and 80 pace. We then grinded the menu for the season XP, and it meant we had hit level 30, which was huge. As for this season, if you were to get the premium pass, you were given 10,000 Caesar points, which would complete the season at level 40. But first, we would have a choice between Nicolas Pepe, Quadrado, and an 85/7. And as we can't use these players, it was either 94 rated fodder or a chance at a new player for the team. So we took the gamble and went with the pack. And there was also a 1 of 5 86 plus player pick, which gave out 4 86s and a single 87. So Lavelle was the choice for this pick. With our 85/7, it would give us a Team of the Season walkout. So this was already a great start. And we got Chelsea's Return, and for the Team of the Season, it was Freiburg's Doan, who looks fantastic with 97 dribbling, but again, just fodder for the club. It was even better, as in the back of the pack, there was a Svanberg. Now it was time to go broke. As to purchase the season pass, we would need 500,000 coins, and we had 500,127 coins at the moment. So we brought it, and now we had nothing left on the account. But this did mean we were now given all 40 levels of the premium pass, and the 10 extra levels from the season SP boost. Usually, I would say that the players were the go-to, with the likes of Ferran Torres, Big Dan Burn, and Immortals Ribery, as these all looked insane, but for this account, we would go for the packs, and hope we could pull big players to recoup some of the 500,000 coins that we had just spent. With all the stuff we had gotten, we had an additional 5 players 94 rated or higher, but sadly no women for this account, some consumables, a lot of differing evolutions, some giving extra playstyles pluses, whereas others were cosmetics like the retro Team of the Season Evos. There was 2 premium player picks for us too, and from the first one we would get Team of the Season Visca, and the following pick would give us Team of the Season Orban. We would also get another Kogel for the club, and from the 83/7 Bundesliga and Frauen Bundesliga we would get a new 95 rated Team of the Season, who was usable in Team of the Season Pop. It does have 98 physical and 96 shooting, so she should be clinical once in the box. We would then go back into the Bundesliga Cup to continue our games. And one thing was really clear whilst playing these games, and it was that low driven plus is really broken. And if you don't have the playstyle plus on your forwards, you're at a big disadvantage. And our form would improve drastically during these games, and we were now actually on track to complete all of the objectives for this mode. We had also completed the daily play for the week. And this would give us an 85x3 and 86x2, but we were saving packs at the moment for the next team that was coming soon, as it will have NWSL players available instead. We had also completed the Europa League objective, so we got the packs and the 1 of 3 83 plus payer pick, a TIFO and a 50k pack. The pick would give us Inter's DeMarco. We would then return to the cup, and Stansfield was becoming a massive problem for us, as he seemed to be able to score from anywhere, but this may have been a poor performance from Tullis Joyce. And with some evos being low rated, they were perfect for this game mode, like Hoodlin, who is 6'9", so he is more than a foot taller than most of our players. Fortunately, the Gomez we picked up from the League 1 tournament was doing most of the carrying for the team in attack, but we would switch the team up, bringing in Hossein for just less than 15k, as she has 99 defending and is only 89 rated. And Endler made a return to the team, and this was the right move to make, as we would go back into the Bundesliga Cup and we were back to our winning ways. For one of the games, it would come down to a penalty shootout, where Endler would have ice in her veins and make the low dive to give us our 12th win. With this, we would get all the rewards for the 12th win, and this meant we had finally gotten ourselves Fadala for the team, and there was also Team of the Season Sarah, a bunch of picks, and a Team of the Season upgrade evolution, which will become an integral part to the account further down the line. We would save most of the packs, but we would open the player picks, and from these we would get Oblak from the first, and this was followed up with an 89 rated Courtois, so some more high rated fodder for the club. We would then make our new pickup in Fadala, our striker for the remaining few games of the cup, where we would need to go 6-0 to get Simmons, and Endler was showing her class in goal, but we would go on to losing our first game, with some unlucky bounces in extra time. But the extra wins from this point just meant we had a chance of getting more Team of the Seasons for the club. But from these games, we got ourselves a couple more wins, which meant we got a couple more 86x3s. We would then go on to sell Baltimore and Renard. Renard is always a solid defender, but we just wanted to get some more coins back to try out some new players in the future. But we would keep Hossein, as she was a very solid centre-back. And there was also an evolution that she could be used in, which would give her an additional boost, and this would make her even better for the team. We would go on to open the smaller packs on the account, and we'd get another Team of the Season highlight, and this was just another Banzer for the club. We would also test our luck again with a Team of the Season trade-in, to try and get a better player for the team. And this was much better compared to the first one, as it gave us Bussy, Rabia and 95 rated Nuskin, who is incredibly versatile, as she can play in midfield or as a centre-back, and has 4 playstyle pluses, so she was the clear choice for our team. Going into the Evo tab, we could upgrade some players, and we would use Precision Playmaker on Gomez just to give us some more usable playstyle, as she will likely only be used if there's another max rating friendlies mode in the future. The second evolution would be a Freevi, which was heavy metal, and this would be used on Hossein, which means she will not be sellable, but she was only around 15k. So we started this, and we would play Rush for the first stage, and this would give Hossein a +5 in pace and physical. Now it was the next batch of Team of the Season, and this was the Serie A and the NWSL Team of the Season. So we were able to get players like Chawinga, Wilson and Rodman, and all the packs we had saved up from the Season Pass and Cup mode were going to be open to try and get the first players on the market to make some easy coins. So with that, we would open the tradable 90x4, exactly the rollover time, and with this we would get a double walkout, with the first player being a player from the United States in McCutcheon, and the massive pool was Man City's new man in Reinders, where there are currently 0 of him on the market, so we insta-listed him for his max price being 1.2 million. As long as he goes for more than 500k, then the season pass was basically free for us. From the other massive tradable pack on the account, the 88x5, we would not even get a Team of the Season, but a double walkout in Mappy Lyon and Harry Kane, so we had literally just missed out on the 97 rated Team of the Season version by about 2 minutes. There was also Kalahognu, Sommer, Trenton Tar, and then it was time for the Team of the Seasons for this run of packs, and we got Man City's Edison with Team of the Season Yildiz. In the tradable 82x7, we would get a Serie A Team of the Season in Napoli's Romani, and we would get Messi and Team of the Season Ndika. Also, there would be Griezmann and Team of the Season Holes, but sadly no Team of the Season women for the account. Then we would see the most important evolution on the account, and this was Dream Crusher, where you could turn a centre-back in your team into a goal-scoring machine, as it could boost shooting up to 97. but we will come back to this. We would then go and open the smaller tradable packs on the account. From the 83x10, we would get Grimaldo, but we would get a couple more Team of the Seasons, Savanas, behind Ter Stegen, and Williams Team of the Season, who is usable, and Diani. We were now left with the last 3 big packs on the account, which were untradeable, and this would give us 2 Team of the Season women in Williams and a new player in La Bonta. The 88x5 would give us KDB and another Team of the Season Williams, and for the final 89x7, it would give us a double Team of the Season walkout with another Romani and Kittasvili, with Che Adams highlights and another Team of the Season in the back of the pack. So a lot of premium fodder for the club. With all the players we had gotten from the packs, we decided to complete the new Team of the Season honourable mentions for the NWSL, and this costed an 87 and 86 rated squad, and for this we would get Esther, who has 5-star weak foot and 5-star skill moves, with 94 shooting and dribbling, and has 3 amazing playstyle pluses in finesse, low driven, and first touch. She also has the regular, incisive, pinged pass and tiki-taka playstyles, so she should be good for build-up play. With this being a new week, the upgrades are changed. So we now had a 1 of 3 86 plus, but from the first batch of 3, we would go on to get a Team of the Season, but it was just another holes for the club. After that, we would complete the 100 player pack, which was an 85 and 86 rated squad, and this pack would be disappointing, as it would only give us a regular gold walkout in De Jong and Musiala. We would then go back to the market to bring back a player to the team, and this was Wendy Renard, who is arguably the best defender on a woman-only account, but what if we made her one of the best attackers? And with the Dream Crusher evolution, we could give her aerial and quick step with 97 shooting, so she'll put the fear of God into our opponent's defence when they are trying to stop her. When she has completed the evolution, she was also 6'2", so we got the evolution started. Also, Reinders would sell for 577,000 coins, and all the high-rated fodder and Team of the Seasons we packed, tradable, meant we were up to 780,000 coins. So the season pass was a win for this account. We would then go into squad battles, as we needed to get the points for better rewards and also complete the evolutions on the account. So we played 2 games, and from these games alone meant Renard completed stage 1 of her evolution, giving her a +10 in pace, a +27 in agility, and a massive +35 in balance, with it also giving the striker position. Oseen also completed stage 2, giving her a +2 in shooting and passing, and Renard would also complete the second stage of her evolution, giving a further 14 in passing, 12 in ball control, and now she has the quick step plus playstyle. From the squad battle games, we got 6 assists, meaning we were able to collect Team of the Season honourable Nadanir from the objective tab, and she has 93 pace with 90 defending and physical, and she is only 90 rated, so she is already available for evolutions. We would go and buy Bull for 25k and Foot Birthday Swanson, as she was also 5-star 5-star and has the basic low driven playstyle. We would also wrap up the spending with 80k to bring back Hoof, as she was great, but instead of playing her on the wing, she was going to play as our cap. We would go back into squad battles to continue our evolutions, and we decided to put Renard as our sole striker, to see how she was even before completing the Evo. And she did seem to score everything that was in the box. And we even scored a header, which is a rarity in FC25. With the games, we had completed Heavy Metal, and this gave Hossein 89 pace, 90 passing, 93 physical, and she still has her 99 defending. But as a 93, she's unlikely to get any more upgrades. Then we would go through Renard's evolution upgrades, firstly giving her Advanced Forward ++ role, with a massive shooting increase. Then she would get her aerial plus playstyle and another 2 pace, taking her up to 92. And the final upgrade made it so she has 88 dribbling, and this card has 97 shooting. So she is the best finisher in the club, stats wise. The only downside is she did not get low driven plus, as she already had Anticipate Plus on the card. These games also meant we had completed the weekly objective for Milinkovic Savic, who was an insane keeper, standing 6'8" and had all of the goalkeeping playstyles, but for us, he was just 94 rated fodder for the account. We would then change into the Lisbon 25 UW CLF kit, as this would give us another 50k pack for playing 3 games in this kit. From the packs we had gotten, we did get ourselves a double Team of the Season walkout, in a cam from the United States in Sentinel and Arakudare. Now it was time for our squad battles rewards, and with us grinding evolutions, we had gotten ourselves all the way up to Elite 1, and this gave us a 1 of 5 Team of the Season pick, a tradable Bundesliga or GPFBL pack, 20,000 coins, and a few more tradable packs. The player pick would give us 2 available players that we could use, but it was a goalkeeper and Pop, so for rating, we would go with Pop as the choice. From the rare mega pack, we didn't get any notable players, but as always, the mega packs give almost a guaranteed 10k from discards alone, and we did get some good chem styles in the pack, like Engine and Shadow. The guaranteed walkout pack did give us a right wing from Argentina in Messi as the player, but sadly these days, Messi goes for minimum price, and sometimes does not even sell. The 82x10 tradable did not give any specials, but we did get a double walkout in Rolfo and Endler. And finally, the tradable team of the season gave us a Bundesliga German player, but it was a goalkeeper. So it was Zentner, who was 25k. We would then go and complete the 386 plus player picks, which only the last one would give us a team of the season player, and this was Che Adams. We would then return to the SBC section to complete a few more player SBCs, with the first one being a usable player, and this was Giogliano, who was 91 rated with long ball, incisive pass and intercept playstyle pluses, but she was behind the team stats wise. She will mainly be used for friendlies games, unless there is an Evo that boosts her stats massively. We would also complete Kaishu Sano, as he was 15k's worth of fodder, and we also got Biskov in the SBC too, so it was a bargain for 2 team of the season players for the club. We would continue the daily grind and pick up some more team of the seasons. These were mainly duplicates, with Romani, Sentner and Arakadare, but there was a new highlights with Promise David. EA had also started to push SBCs with exact requirements, which had its positives and negatives. It did help 85 and 86s rebound in price a bit, as previously they were not sellable on console, but the downside is that it is exact ratings, so higher fodder could not be used for these regular SBCs. From the 84x5 Serie A and NWSL, we would go on to get a double team of the season in Adams and Ndika again. In the Evo tab, we would put the team of the season plus Evo cosmetic for Renard, and this was vital for the glitched Evo we were going to complete with her. This did cost 25k, but it is definitely worth it. It was now time to return back to the friendlies game mode, and this time round, it should not be as sweaty as it did not have a game requirement, and this was for the Serie A Cup, which again was an 87 rated squad, so we could use our new pickups, with Fadala playing as a cam, and we went into the friendlies mode, and in this mode you could get double goals if you hit the targets, and having attackers with low driven made this really easy. So with that, we had completed the team of the season plus Evo, where we now had a team of the season version of Renard. Then it was time to do the glitch Evo, as EA overlooked how these cards were classed as. So with enough attempts, we could trick the game into putting Renard into this, and it would make her appear as an unidentified card. But this meant it had worked. So we played a squad battles game to get Renard up to 94 rated, and she now has 98 shooting. This game had also meant we had completed week 4 of the season play. So now we had a guaranteed Serie A or NWSL player, and from this, we would get a player from the Serie A in Locatelli, so not the best. One problem with upgrading Renard though, was now that she was 94 rated, so we could not use her in the Serie A Cup. But this was fine, as our attack was basically doing everything for us. But throughout these games, Feldkamp was basically a glonk on the pitch. She seemed to do nothing. But with these games, we had got ourselves about halfway through the objective for this cup, and had completed the UWCLF objective, and we had gotten ourselves Team of the Season Honourable Mention Di Bernardo, and a bunch more packs. We would also complete a new player in Dabinia, whose gold card was fantastic at the beginning of the year, so hopefully this honourable mention can be just as good. It does have 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, with technical, quick step and finesse plus playstyles. She also has incisive and pinged pass, which is great for a cam, and trickster, which can split defences if the opponent is parking the bus. The packs from the cup would give us another moments from the NWSL, but this would be another Sentner for the account. We did also get Chelsea's Reeton. Going back into the Serie A Cup, we would go on to complete the friendlies game mode, and Kogel would get the last goal for us by smashing the target, and this meant we had completed the friendlies mode, giving us Team of the Season Honourable Mentions Ederson, who is 94 rated, as well as an 86x2, an 86x3, but the Team of the Season Upgrade Plus was the crucial one, as we could make a 94 rated player in our club go to a 95 rated with 5-star, 5-star, and it was clear who we were going to use this on. From the big 2 packs from completing the Serie A Cup, we would begin with an English walkout from Arsenal in Declan Rice with my Nan, followed up with the 86x3, not giving us a special card, but instead Karim Benzema and Paredes. We also got Team of the Season Williams again on the account from a player pick. Before the ultimate upgrade for Renard, we wanted to give her another playstyle, and for this, we were going to go with Bruiser to ensure she had even more of a physical advantage against opponents. So we started the evolution and went into rivals with her so we could see how much better she had gotten, and 5 in-game minutes in, she would get a chance and slot it to the side of the keeper. And by the 20th minute, our opponent had been destroyed by Renard and dipped out of the game. This did mean that she now had the Bruiser Plus playstyle, and we needed to make her available for the Team of the Season upgrade. So we did have to spend another 35k on the Team of the Season Plus Evolution recolor to make this possible. And Renard seemed to have it all. Needed to get around an opponent, she could use Quick Step to make space, outside the box. Doesn't matter for Renard, she still scores these. So now, she was evolved into the Team of the Season Plus, so we could put her into the final Team of the Season upgrade. And this meant she would have the 99 shooting, the only women player in the game to have this. She also has 99 short and long passing with 94 strength, and even 94 defending. So we will slap a shadow on her, so she'll have 99 pace and near perfect defending, as she can still play a centre back if needed. So this was the team we were going to use for the Champions qualifiers for this week. And for the first game, we would come up against a very strong midfield of Hullet and Foot Birthday Yaya Toure with Red Bruno Fernandes. We would actually start this game by going 2-0 down, and this was due to Schick being in the box and converting his chances. Paris would help us get back into the game with her low driven shot across body, but our saviour in this game would be the 94 rated Renard, who would score a similar goal to Paris, and Renard would clutch the game for us, with her getting the ball in the box and slotting it bottom corner. Renard's Quick Step Plus was broken, as she flew by defences and got our second win. With these wins, we had gotten qualification, and this gave us a 25k pack, and this pack would give us some more good consumables in the Anchor and Shadow Chem styles, some more coins for the club. This had also now meant we had completed Renard, so she now has the 99 shooting. It was time for us to improve the team, and for this we were going to improve the left wing, and we picked up Berenstein for 85k and sold Swanson for 36,750 coins. Also, Walsh had finally got her upgrade, and this was for winning the cup, not the invincible season Chelsea just had. But this was the actual better upgrade, as this gave her 99 passing, and she also got the Intercept Plus playstyle. So we will keep this card, and she will go into the team. And to make her even better, we would go to the Evo tab and put her into the Anticipate Plus playstyle, which meant she would now have 4 playstyle pluses, with 3 of them being defensive playstyles. So we will start our champs run, and this is the team. Renard will be our main striker during this weekend league. Let's see how we do. Game 1 of weekend league. Rulli in goal, Vieira, Grassroots Maradona, and Rafinha. Nice play. Pass it back. To Renard. You're not scored, Renard. Just block the sweat. Block the sweat. Still pulled off the sweat. Nice play. Through ball. Go on, Paris. We're back in the game. Nice play. Through ball again. Cracking finish. Right, free kick. Hoof, top left. Too close to the keeper. Stop it. Oh. Game number 2. They've got Van der Sar in goal. Relatively weak side. With Wilson up top. Nice play. Chip through ball. Go on, Renard. 1-0. Nice play. Chip through ball. Renard again. That's a brace. Nice. Cracking finish for a hat-trick. We've done the same thing 3 times in a row. Stop the through ball. Oh, Giles, you've been outpaced. Good finish from them. Nice play. Into Renard. For a 4th. She's just unstoppable. Game number 3. Allison in net. Oh, VVD. Oh, 2 big men up front. That could be a problem. Nice play. Chip through ball. Go on, Renard. She's got us off first. Nice play. Cut it in. Go on, Berenstein. Cracking finish. Nice, Renard. Just wait. Lovely finesse, Renard. All right, let's add some flair. Smack it, Renard. She's insane. Game 4. Milinkovic-Savic, or a purple VVD. Ribery from the season pass, and Mia Hamm. Great through ball and low driven. Broken as always. Just stop the cut in. Oh. It's a good finish by Hamm. And they've disconnected. Let's try game 4 again. We come up against Yashin, Beckenbauer, Dinio, and Pele. Please stop Firpo. And he scored with his left back. Good recovery. Good ball. Go on, Renard. Back in the game. Oh. Nice play. Go on, Renard. Great through ball. I think it's offside. Wait. It wasn't. Firpo's done me again. Just stop Pele. It's the 90th minute. Oh, he's went near post. Oh, that's devastating. Game 5. Rulli again, or Red Vitinha, and Team of the Year Mbappe. Nice Berenstein, cut it in. Go on, Renard. She don't miss those. Great ball, great control, Renard, and the finish. Big Wendy don't mess around. And a rage quit. So with the games, we were surprisingly 4-1, and Renard was insane as a forward. She did not have the meta playstyles, but if you were in the box with her, it was almost a guaranteed goal. With these games, we had completed the Team of the Season Retro for Renard, and also the Anticipate Plus for Walsh. We also completed the CDM Deep Line Midfielder Plus for Walsh, so she now had that role too. In the SBC section, we would complete the weekly tradable Team of the Week upgrade, as this was a nice way to change our untradable cards into a tradable player that we could sell. And we got an 83 rated Team of the Week, who went for 20k, and we would complete the 100 player pack, and this time we would get a Team of the Season. And the first player was Lyon's Endler, and the Team of the Season was Napoli's Lukaku. Returning back to champs, it made it clear just how much the Team of the Season power curve was going, even during Team of the Season. Gilles at the beginning was one of the better defenders, whereas now she was getting outpaced and outstrengthed. But Renard was still scoring all the goals in front of net. And for one of the games, we did have to game end Drogba, resulting in the red card, but this would come down to Endler showing why she became the number 1 in net for us, as she does give chemistry to Renard, but in this penalty shootout that we got because of Hossein getting the red, Endler would go on to not conceding a single shot in the whole penalty shootout, so she got us the win for this game. We would continue the games, so most squads had the season pass players like Ribery, Chiesa, Big Dan Burn, and with the 4th playstyles available, it felt like most games, Hullet was almost guaranteed in people's squads, which was a big problem for this account as he is massive compared to our midfielders. To wrap up, us going 9-6, Renard would hit the rainbow flick and score the goal. From the rewards, we were guaranteed 2 reds, but all 6 options for this were Serie A players, so we ended up with Thuram and De Gea, and our guaranteed / Team of the Season moments was another Centner. We got good coins from the rewards, but the players were not great for this account. De Gea on any other account would be great, as he is arguably one of the best keepers in the game. We also completed the daily play objective, and this would only give us regular gold walkouts. EA would then bring out a new milestone in Squad Battle Speedrun, where if you could score 45 goals on beginner difficulty, you could get some insane picks, like a 1 of 2 90+ pick. So we would play this Serie A featured squad and only get 36 goals. So we had completed 5 out of the 7 objectives, and it was clear that I was likely going to have to play the weaker bronze squads, which would drastically reduce the point total. But fortunately, everybody was doing this, so the overall point total for this week to get elite rewards was much lower. We did get some good players with Ocean Man, Team of the Season Savannahs, and a new player in Girelli, who can play right wing and has low driven and finesse shot. We would then complete the 386 plus picks, which would give us another duplicate Team of the Season, and the last pick would give us 3 Team of the Seasons, with a new player in 95 rated Rodney. We would then complete another tradable Team of the Week player, and this time we would get someone who's popular, and this was Inform Cold Palmer. So if there's an Evo that he fits in, his price will drastically rise. There was also the Young Player of the Year SBC, and we got Bellingham from the choice, and submitted the 785s and 86s for the 84x5 Serie A and NWSL pack, and we did get a couple more Team of the Seasons, but these again were duplicates in Locatelli and Williams. There was another 100 player pack available, which reverted back to its poor ways, only giving us golds with Endler and Mead as the face cards. With the NWSL Team of the Season, certain cards were extremely affordable, and we were able to pick up 95 rated Sams, who has 4 playstyle pluses and 96 defending, and we can use her as a right back. With this we would go into Rivals, and teams were now fully Team of the Season squads, usually with season pass players. These games highlighted just how good Renard was. I think that due to her body type, she just seemed to breeze past the defence, and scored her chances. And with this we were into the promotion game for Division 5, where we faced up against a weaker side, but they did have Road to the Finals Mainu and Team of the Season Russo up front. Walsh would ping the ball into Renard, and she would smash it in, and the pure fear of Renard made our opponent dip, and that got us promotion into Division 5. With this there was a new player that I wanted to use for the team, and she has a similar playstyle to Renard, and this was the highest rated player in the game, and this was 97 rated Shaw, who for 235,000 coins seemed like a bargain, as she has quick step, like Renard, but also first touch and low driven, which is so crucial to players in the game. We would also switch Sams out for Lucy Bronze, as Bronze was the better fullback, so we would go back into the games in Rivals. During these games it highlighted the brokenness of low driven, and Shaw was insane, as you could smash the ball into her, and with her having first touch plus, she could do close control and then low drive it into the corners. And for our promotion game into Division 4, our opponent dribbled with the keeper, and then this happened. We had completed the Rivals for this week, and we had got the premium rewards for Division 4. So not quite Division 3, which is the target on this account, but this still gave great rewards, with 3 1 of 4 85 plus picks, 40,000 coins, 1 guaranteed Team of the Season, and 2 84x10s, which are tradable. From the 85 picks, we would get 2 Team of the Seasons in Lukaku and Williams, who were tradable, and from the 86 plus, we got Erling Haaland. From the 86x5, we would get another Norwegian walkout from the Prem in Erdegaard, and Team of the Season Romani. Our guaranteed Team of the Season walkout was Leyton Orient's Kelman, who was only 92 rated, and from one of the 84x10s, we would get a Team of the Season highlight, and this would end up being Romania's Soot. For the finale of Serie A Team of the Season and NWSL Team of the Season, we would complete another trade-in, in where the best player was 94 rated Rulli. For the cost of 4 Team of the Season cards, they really should increase the minimum rated player you can get from these packs. We also did one more 100 player pack, and this did have a Team of the Season. The face player was Haaland, and it was Team of the Season Kurtz. And the final thing we would do for the Serie A Team of the Season would be to put Walsh into the Season 7 Ladder Excellence, and now she was purple. Now was the grand finale for Team of the Season for women, and this was the La Liga, and more importantly, Liga F Team of the Season. This gave us a chance to pull one of the 3 Barcelona trifecta in Bonmati, Putellas and Hansen, who were some of the best players in the game. Also for champs, for the 10 win reward, you would get an exclusive Nico Williams, who was the target on the account. So we started off with 20 player picks, and this would give us a new Team of the Season, but it was Alex Bainer. And from an 83x10, we would somehow get a Barcelona women's player that was not a Team of the Season, in Patri Guijarro, but there was a reason to why she was not in packs as a Team of the Season. The upgrade packs had updated to an 85x5 combo pack, which gave 5 85 guaranteeds with an additional 3 players, which just made grinding much easier. And from this pack, we did get a Highlights Alvarez, who is 95 rated. In the SBC section, there was a new winger from the Liga F, and this was Patri Guijarro, who for 100k has quick step, low driven and 97 pace. It was finally time to replace Blez, and this was for Renard, as she has 4 playstyle pluses and was somehow less than 25k, and she has a 93 pace as a centre back. With these additions, we would go into the Champs qualifiers, and now it was much easier as we only needed to win a single game out of 5. And at this point, there was now the Europa Conference League and Europa League players, like Danso. Shaw would use her blistering pace and would get into the box and get the first for us, followed up with her getting a double, whilst being wiped out by Danso, and Patri Guijarro would get her debut goal. With this, we had qualified for Champs, and in the objectives, we had gotten Real Madrid's Brun, who is a little underwhelming, but she does have low driven, and as a 90 rated, always has the chance for Evos. We would then return back to squad battles, as we still needed 45 goals for the speedrun objective. And for our first game, the keeper seemed to make crazy save after crazy save, so I had to check out who it was that was causing all these problems for us. And of course it was Roy Keane. He was just doing his job. This meant we had to play another game, and this time, we would get the 45 goals. So we now had the 3 big player picks. So in the first one we got Team of the Season Hulmand. For the 2 of 5 87+, we got Celta Vigo's GOAT in Aspas, and the big 1 of 2 90 pick gave us a Team of the Season highlights, Angeldal, and from a pack, we would then get a new Team of the Season in Alexia Fernandez. The 100 player pack had also refreshed, and this gave us Bruno Fernandes and a new Team of the Season in Diogo Costa. But more importantly, in the back of this pack, we got Laverguez, who can play striker if needed. From an 85 combo pack, we would get a double Team of the Season in Pereira and Courtois, but as Pereira's 5'6", she will not be used. We also got Shaw in Team of the Season Vivian, and Boehner and Pavlidis. Now was time for the squad battles rewards for this week, and we would only get gold 1, but this still gave us a 1 of 3 pick and 9,000 coins. And from the pick, we would not get any usable players, and the best players from the packs was Neuer. But the upgrade packs would give us a few more Team of the Seasons for the account. In Horta and Kubasi, now it was time to complete the Liga F's premium player SBC, and this would be Barcelona's Patri Guijarro, who for 350k's worth of fodder was a lot, but she's a very strong midfielder for the team and is only 2 physical away from 9 Golan gang, has 3 superb playstyle pluses for a midfielder in tiki-taka, incisive and long ball, and now with her in the team, we would pick up Peugeot for 141k. As she has 4 playstyle pluses, now it was time for us to push up to get our target of Division 3 in Rivals, and the new Barcelona duo would link up, giving Peugeot a goal on her debut, and we brought back Huth, and she was causing problems too against our opponents. Also now, all teams had players 94 plus or higher, but our front 3 were really good, and it was showing as they were clinical. Huth and Peugeot did not have the physical, but this was only a problem if we were coming up against the likes of Hernandez or Dumfries, due to them having Bruiser Plus. And for our promotion game, our opponent did have Hernandez and the Team of the Season Ivo Hullet. We would start the game off with a nice lofted through ball to Shaw, who converted her chance, but Chiesa was causing problems for us, as he got through and equalised, and he followed this up with assisting Bellingham, but Huth would get us back on level, and it would be Stanway who would give us the lead, with a great finish on her weak foot. And to wrap the game up, Huth would have a one-on-one which Yashin saved, but thankfully it bounced back to Shaw. So she scored and the opponent rage quit, which meant we were now into Division 3. For this, we had completed the weekly objective for Luca Bacchio, and we had fully completed weekly 7 play. So we had just hit 2 of our 3 targets on the account at the same time, and this did mean we would have our guaranteed Team of the Season from the La Liga or Liga F, and more importantly, the 93x5 eFigs Team of the Season pack. From the Liga F and La Liga pack, we would get a La Liga player in Vivian, and the biggest pack on the account, the 93x5, would give us a Polish striker from La Liga, and this was Lewandowski, and the second player was Bayer Leverkusen's Grimaldo. Hopefully there'll be some women's players sitting in the back of this pack. There was not. This pack was purely a fodder pack on this account. With that disappointment, it was time to start our final Champs run, and this was the team with Renard back in defence and Shaw, Huth and Peugeot as our front 3. Let's get into our final run. Game 1, we've got Milinkovic-Savic, 2 Spurs Europa League final players, Low driven. 1-0 up. Nice play, Peugeot crossbody. Wasn't a crossbody, but we take it. Go on, Hoof. Cheeky chip. And that makes 8. Game 2. And our opponent has Cells, VVD, Maradona, and Wood. Nice ball. Go on, Peugeot. Low driven. That's a big save by Cells. Okay, how's Chris Wood? How's that winning? Chris Wood's just 360 to me. Nice play. Sway. Oh my. Nice pass and play. And the finish. Thank you, Hoof. Pinged ball. Go on, Peugeot. Break some ankles. We take it. Cross it in. We missed the player. Fluky, but we don't care. Game 3. Courtois in net. Desai. Couple reds as well. And Mbappe. We need to stop Mbappe. Oh, it's a pace burst. And we've conceded. Can't stop Mbappe at the moment. Nice play. Through ball. Great finish. Nice Shaw. Just hold it. Go for the run. Come on, Shaw. Back drawing. Oh, the turn by Shaw and the finish. Oh, she's carried us this game. For the next game, we've got Milinkovic-Savic, Big Dan Burn, Hullet, Ribéry, and a glitched Henri. Chip over. Control it, Shaw. Trivella. Look at the strength of Shaw. Nice. Oh, that's unlucky. Don't let Ribéry through. Oh, he's just absolutely broke my ankles. Okay, you know what? Fair play. Oh, he's double passed it. I'm losing. Nice play. Come on, Shaw. Great finish. I just can't do anything with Hullet. And he's through. And we might lose this. This is the last attack of the game. Shaw's open. Gone Shaw. Crossbody. Oh, the relief. Go on, Walsh. Good play. Shaw's so good. Okay, we had to do it. It was sweaty, but what a game this has been. We would go on to a perfect start with this team, and as big physical players were not the meta, a full women's team could go toe-to-toe with basically any team. And with this, we would make the biggest purchase on the account, with Barcelona's Hansen for 474k. But she may be one of the best right wings in the whole game. She just has that aura, and she has rapid and low driven, with pinged pass, which if you pass across the box, this can be very broken for an attacking playstyle too. So we added her to the team, and for the 4 wins, we got a 1 of 393 plus pick. And we got a choice, as there was Weir and Caicedo. But as our midfield was stacked, I would go with 95 rated Caicedo, and Peugeot would go to the bench, so we could try her out. For Hansen's debut game in Champs, it was clear her pace boost was unbelievable. She seemed to get even more space than other wingers that had rapid. So we were now 6-0, and we would clutch a goal in the 118th minute to go 7-0. But at this high elo, the true FC players start to match up against us. And just like that, our momentum would completely fall off, where our opponents had Williams in their squad already, so they had a minimum of 10 wins. And sometimes luck would be against us, or the only time height has been a problem in our defence would make us concede. Or I'd have head loss and pull Renard massively out of position to a stronger opponent who would capitalise on these mistakes made by me. Shaw would be the one to get us back on the winning ways and get our 8th win. Caicedo with her low driven would get our 9th, and Hansen in the 92nd minute would dribble around in the box, hit the low driven, which would go in, and this meant we had hit the 10-game win mark with the women only team. There was only one more game, but I got battered. So with this, we got our final rewards, and this was rank 4 or 10 wins. So this gave us 2 of 4 85 plus player picks, our 2 red picks, which were 1 of 3 La Liga or Liga F 93 plus players, a team of the season tradable pack, a 3 team of the season untradable pack, and a lot of other packs. Before this, we had completed some of the Champions Excellence, and this meant we could make one of our players red, so we chose Stanway, and also we were gifted a 1 of 3 red player pick, and this had the options of Alvarez, Valverde or Rudiger, so we would go with Rudiger. Finally, there was the Champions Legacy rewards, which gave us the 95 rated team of the season honourable mention Williams, and also meant we had completed all 3 of our targets on this account. There was also a 1 of 5 red player pick, so from the normal picks, we would get team of the season highlights Samu, Renard, Messi and Diaz. For our first red pick, there was 96 Imade, Kubasi and Lacra, and with how good Lacra was, she was the choice, even though she was 95 rated. The next choice was a lot weaker, with Boa Risa being the only available option for the team. And finally, the 1 of 5 would give us a choice of Risa, Kubasi, Lacra, Kunde and Martinez. So as we already had both women red, it was Martinez as the choice. From the rewards, it did give us some more team of the seasons for the club, as one of the tradable 85 by 10s gave us Allison and team of the season highlights Alvarez. The 88 by 2 was interesting, as it gave us a Spanish left mid in Alex Baena for the account again, but neither of the team of the seasons walked out. From the tradable team of the season pack, it would sadly give us a highlight, Iniago Aspas, and the 3 team of the season guarantee would also somehow not give us a walkout player, as we got a Scottish player from Real Madrid in Weir, but Vivian and Baena would also not walk out for this pack. So for the team of the season promo, we nearly had a full usable red women's team, and this was the final team, and it was one of the best women team available in the game. And it started off as this, back at the beginning of the Bundesliga team of the season, and it went to this. We had also had the glitched Renard, who was fantastic. So I would say we have completed FC25 with a women's only account. This will likely be the end of this account, unless EA decide to do something for the 2025 Women's Euros.